What if the voice holding you back doesn't belong to anyone else? What if it's the sound of your own thoughts, echoing in a mind you've stopped listening to? That inner noise is not random. It is a pattern, and patterns can be broken. This isn't about generic positive thinking. This is a tactical guide forged from Stoic principles on how to dismantle the mental architecture of negativity and rebuild it for clarity and power. If you're ready to stop being a spectator in your own mind, you are in the right place. The problem isn't that we have negative thoughts. It's that we build our entire lives on top of them. Negative thinking isn't a bad mood, it's a corrosive habit. It rewires your morning, your decisions, your relationships. It convinces you that your worst assumptions are facts. At its core, it's the anticipation of failure, the constant undervaluing of your own strength, the assumption that you are less than you are. The ancient Stoics saw this clearly, their central truth. We are not disturbed by events, but by our judgments about those events. Epictetus put it bluntly, we are troubled not by things, but by the opinions we attach to them. The world throws the pebble, but we create the ripples of chaos. Your reality is not what happens, it's the lens you look through. Carl Jung echoed this from the depths of psychology. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Much of our negative dialogue is an unconscious script, running on loops we never chose. When faced with a challenge, this script whispers, "You've already lost." And so you row with all your might, never noticing you're anchored to the shore of your own doubt. Marcus Aurelius, in his private meditations, urged ruthless self-scrutiny, to examine each thought, to hold it up to the light of reason, and to dismiss what is irrational or unhelpful. This isn't avoidance, it's interrogation, and in a culture that constantly tells you you're not enough. This Stoic practice is the tool to uproot the weeds of insecurity and plant something stronger. We are not coping today, we are rebuilding. This is about mastering perception to master your life. Every thought you challenge is a brick in a new foundation. To dismantle negativity, you must first become an archaeologist of your own mind. You must dig for the roots. Negative thoughts don't appear from nowhere. They are born in the soil of past experience, upbringing, societal pressure, old wounds, whispered fears. From a young age, environments can teach us to see ourselves in a diminished light. Every failure can become not a lesson, but proof of an internal lie. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence is a habit. So tragically is negative thinking. When we rehearse the same doubts, we carve neural pathways of self-limitation. But Plato offered a key. Reality is created by the mind. Change the mind and you change what is real to you. The root of our suffering is often not the event, but our interpretation of it. Fear is a master roots grower. Fear of failure, of the unknown, of rejection. It spins stories of catastrophe. The Stoic antidote, premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversity, visualizing the worst-case scenario not to panic, but to drain it of its emotional power, to see that you could endure it. This isn't pessimism, it's inoculation, and Jung's insight is vital. These roots often live in the unconscious, formed by early influences and unchallenged beliefs. Making them conscious steals their power. We also live in a society of scarcity and comparison, feeding the root of never enough. Stoicism redirects our measure from external validation to internal virtue. Success is in our growth, not in outrunning a phantom. Understanding the origin is half the battle. The other half is the deliberate daily work of renewal. Renewing your mind is not a one-time affirmation. It is the disciplined practice of becoming the gatekeeper of your own thoughts. Marcus Aurelius wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Renewal begins with seizing that control, scrutinizing your judgments, aligning them with your core values. Aristotle said, self-knowledge is the beginning of wisdom. This journey inward involves mapping your mental patterns, identifying which serve you and which sabotage you. It's not about denying emotion, but understanding its source to manage it with precision. Jung offered a crucial warning: what you resist persists. Stoicism doesn't teach resistance. It teaches acknowledgement, analysis, and assessment. Don't fight a negative thought. Unpack it. Why is it here? Is it true? This prevents it from festering in the shadows. Renewal also requires feeding the mind with better material. Read philosophy that challenges you. Seek art that inspires. Practice reflection and meditation. These provide new narratives. Socrates championed the examined life for a reason. Continuous examination keeps the mind agile and the spirit aligned. It's about aspiring, as Plato did, toward the ideal forms of virtue, justice, courage, wisdom. Align your thoughts with the most empowered version of yourself. Start each day with a Stoic reflection, a quote from Epictetus on response, or a Jungian reminder to face your shadows. These are the daily bricks of a renewed mind. Your mental environment is not a background, it's the atmosphere you breathe. You must choose it with fierce intention. Seneca advised, associate only with those who improve you. Be ruthless in curating your inner circle. Seek the Aristotelian friendship of the good, based on mutual respect for virtue. These relationships don't just support you, they pull you upward. Plato's allegory of the cave is a perfect metaphor. If all you see are shadows, negativity, fear, you believe that's reality. Step into the light of positive, enlightening influences, and your entire perception shifts. Your environment shapes your understanding of what's possible. Jung's collective unconscious shows we are influenced by shared cultural archetypes. By choosing environments of support and strength, we can shift the internal archetypes that guide us, from those of fear to those of self-actualization. This means more than cheerful people. It means consuming content that reinforces your philosophy, participating in communities rooted in encouragement, being vigilant about the media you ingest. Choose education and inspiration over fear and despair. Craft your physical space to reflect your values. A clean, organized space mirrors a Stoic mind. Decorate with symbols of your commitments: courage, moderation, wisdom. As Seneca said, hang on to your youthful enthusiasms. Surrounding yourself with positivity is how you cultivate and protect those enthusiasms, creating a ripple effect that lifts everyone around you. But understanding and environment alone are inert without one final, non-negotiable element: action. Epictetus commanded, first say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. Ideals must be manifested through deeds. Taking Stoic action means making daily choices that embody wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Your actions challenge the negative thoughts that claim you are incapable. Aristotle's doctrine of the mean is active. We become just by doing just acts, brave by brave acts. Action isn't just a demonstration of virtue, it's how virtue is cultivated. For Plato, to know the good is to do the good. Aligning action with Stoic virtue brings you closer to that ideal. Carl Jung's process of individuation, integrating conscious and unconscious, happens through worldly encounters that challenge us to grow. You are what you do, he stressed. Your character is expressed through action. Therefore, Stoic action is proactive living. It's choosing kindness in difficulty, facing a fear, practicing forgiveness. Each act is a step toward your aspirational self. It means embracing life's challenges as arenas to practice virtue. Each difficulty is a call to demonstrate resilience and reaffirm principle. In practice, set daily goals aligned with values. Engage in service. Maintain disciplines like journaling and meditation. These actions build a stronger self and dismantle negative narratives from the inside out. Your words are not just descriptions, they are creators. They shape the inner citadel of your mind. Epictetus advised, first learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. Words influence and shape our internal reality. The Stoics' new speech could fortify or fracture our mental fortress. Marcus Aurelius reflected deeply on communication. Our words should be seasoned with honesty, restraint, and kindness. Aligning speech with virtue reinforces our practice and extends its influence. Aristotle's rhetoric, ethos, pathos, logos highlights the persuasive power of speech. Our words persuade and mold the world. Plato's Socratic dialogues show how precise questioning can reveal deeper truths and guide self-awareness. From psychology, Jung understood that language reflects and shapes unconscious impulses. Bringing these to light through mindful dialogue leads to greater wholeness. This power extends inward. The words of our internal dialogue dictate our self-perception. Negative self-talk is destructive. Positive, virtue-grounded self-talk is empowering. Affirmations aligned with Stoic control reinforce strength and resilience. The power of words is practical. It's in our dialogue with others, our internal monologues, our engagement with culture. Every word carries weight. As we cultivate Stoic virtues, we must be mindful of this transformative power to shape ourselves and influence the world toward reason and wisdom. Now, let's move from philosophy to a tactical framework. 7 non-negotiable laws to silence the inner chaos. What if I told you the enemy isn't your past or your circumstances? The enemy is the narrative you've been sold and have started to believe. You feel drained, directionless, stuck in mental loops. But why? Why does your own mind feel like a cage? This isn't overthinking. It's a silent coup of perception, and most surrender without a fight. Negative thinking burns through purpose, erodes discipline, and paralyzes will. But there are ancient, ruthless principles, Stoic laws, that can silence that chaos and forge an unshakable mind. Today, we're cutting to the truth. If you're ready to build a life of clarity and self-mastery, stay here. Law 1. Excavate the source, not the symptom. Most people live inside a noisy mind, constantly putting out little fires of anxiety and doubt. They stomp out flames, but the fires always return. Why? They treat symptoms, not sources. You calm the noise, but never ask where it's coming from. The mind operates in patterns. Unexamined, these patterns cause recurring mental attacks. Self-mastery starts with investigation, not reaction. Get brutally honest about what's beneath the thought, the fear, the old story, the wound. Say your mind whispers, you're falling behind. Most distract or despair. The Stoic digs. Am I truly behind, or am I comparing my chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20? Is my worth tied to a timeline that isn't mine? These are roots. Ignore them and they grow back stronger. Epictetus said our reactions matter, but reactions are habitual and habits come from roots. Carl Jung warned that the unconscious directs our fate until we bring it to light. That fear of judgment? It's not a personality trait. It's a root likely planted long ago. The Stoic confronts it because fear strengthens in silence. Every negative thought is a signal. Investigate it, understand its origin, and you can challenge it. Change the behavior that feeds it. If you see water on the floor daily, do you just mop? Or find the leak and fix it? This law is about fixing the leak, You cannot heal what you refuse to confront. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than reality." That suffering is a loop created by avoiding the real source. Cutting the root breaks the loop. Make it real. Next time you feel overwhelmed, ask, "What exactly am I afraid of?" Get specific, then go deeper. Why does that outcome hurt? What belief about myself makes this fear so large? Name the root. Then decide, does this belief belong, or is it time to let it go? This is uncomfortable. Discomfort is your guide. That edge is where freedom starts. You reclaim the power to respond, not react. You become the one in charge. Law 2. Command the narrative, or it will command you. Life throws a setback. Instantly, your mind rushes to explain it. This explanation, this story, becomes your reality. The Stoics knew pain is unavoidable, but suffering is optional. The difference is the story you attach to the event. Take a job loss. One story, "I failed, I'm not enough." Another, "This is the push I needed to pursue what truly matters." Same event, different frame. That frame changes everything. Epictetus said we are disturbed not by things, but by our views of them. The story holds more power than the moment. Unshakable people aren't unfeeling. They've trained to reframe faster. They pause, pivot, ask better questions. When life hits, instead of "this isn't fair," ask "what can I learn?" Instead of "I can't handle this," ask "what part of me is being tested?" Stronger questions build a stronger mind. Jung said it depends on how we look at things, not how they are. Our reality is often just interpretation through old wounds. Your perception is your prison or your power. If your inner voice frames events as attacks or failures, life feels heavy. Frame them as challenges or training, and you step into ownership. You control the frame. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you find strength. You can't always change the external, but you can always change the lens. That's your freedom. This isn't fake positivity, it's clarity. Once you see your story determines your strength, you stop playing victim and shape your reality. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "How can I use this?" That single shift changes your direction. Make it a practice. Something annoys you. This is my patience workout. Someone rejects you. This teaches me self-validation. You fail. This is fuel for refinement. Your mind becomes a tool for strength, not a trap for stress. Will you let setbacks define you, or learn to define the setbacks? Law 3. Fortify your mind. Don't leave it open. Most minds are dangerously exposed. We wake and instantly absorb opinions, criticisms, bad news. We let outside voices walk in and rearrange our mental furniture, then wonder why we feel drained and scattered. Your mind shouldn't be a hallway with open doors. It must be a fortress. What enters determines how you live. If you don't control the gates, someone else will. Would you let strangers into your home to shout insults and break things? Yet we do this with thoughts daily. A fortress mind means filtering. You don't believe every negative thought. You don't accept every loud opinion. You become selective, not reactive. Jung wrote, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." You awaken when you realize you don't have to accept every thought. You question it. You decide if it serves you. You build walls to protect your clarity and peace. This takes discipline. Every time you stop a spiral of self-doubt, that's a brick. Every time you refuse useless comparison, that's another brick. It's about structure, not emotionlessness. Seneca said, "The power lies in not wanting what you don't have." A fortress mindset of inner control over outer chaos. Crucially, not every thought is yours. Some are echoes from childhood, projections from others, cultural noise. Without examination, they run your life. The Stoics practiced journaling and reflection to know what was truly theirs. How to build it? First, watch the gate. When a thought enters, ask, is this helpful, true, mine? If not, let it go. Limit the voices you allow in. Choose influences as carefully as a guard for your home. Create daily habits that are mental bricks. Meditation, reading, silence, cold exposure. Life won't get quieter. The question is, will you be ready? A fortress mind doesn't mean nothing gets through. It means when something does, you don't fall apart. You pause, assess, respond with strength. You become stable, the one who doesn't panic. That presence is built day by day, thought by thought, brick by brick. Law 4. Release your grip on what you never held. It begins innocently. You care about something, so you want it to go well. But care can morph into attachment. You tie your worth to a boss's praise, your wholeness to a relationship, your day's value to social media numbers. That's where things break. Stoicism is clear. The only things truly yours are your responses, thoughts, decisions, actions. Outcomes, opinions, rewards. These are outside your command. Epictetus divided the world into what is up to us and what is not. We suffer when we cling to what isn't ours. Imagine holding a rope attached to something you care about. It starts to sink and pulls you. Letting go feels like failure, so you hold tighter until you're pulled under. Emotional attachment promises connection but delivers pain. It becomes a leash. Jung said, "Whatever you are not changing, you are choosing." Clinging to what hurts is choosing powerlessness. Detachment is the opposite, clarity, command. It's not numbness. It's separating your peace from what you cannot predict. You show up fully, but your joy doesn't depend on the outside. You can love deeply without needing the person to stay. You can pour your heart into work without letting failure define you. You can chase goals and accept outcomes with grace. Marcus Aurelius led an empire through plague and war, acting while detached from praise or fear. Detachment feels rebellious in a world that praises over-attachment. People burn out gripping outcomes they can't control. But when you detach, you feel light, grounded, present. You stop bleeding energy into unresponsive efforts and focus on what you can shape: your breath, habits, attention, attitude. Practice. When something goes wrong, ask, was this mine to control? If no, release it. When disappointed, remember, their actions are theirs. My reaction is mine. When anxious about the future, return to this moment. What can I do right now that aligns with my values? Detachment is daily. Some days it's easy, others it feels like tearing a piece away. But the more you practice, the stronger your center. Eventually, you stop attaching in the first place. You love without fear, give without expectation, act without needing recognition. That is freedom. Once you stop clinging to what you can't command, you start commanding what you can. Law 5. Forge strength in the fire of adversity. Pain is inevitable. Disappointment, rejection, unfair hurt, they come for everyone. The question is, what will you do with it? Most try to escape pain, to numb or avoid it. But pain ignored becomes pain recycled, leaking into your life and identity. The Stoic approach flips this. Face it, study it, use it. Make it fuel, not a prison. The Stoics train to endure and use difficulty. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle in the path becomes the path. What stands in the way becomes the way." Pain and setbacks aren't detours. They are the path to growth, if you treat them as teachers. Jung said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." Discomfort is the doorway to self-awareness. You grow most when something breaks and forces you to look inward. The breakup, the job loss, the failure, they hurt, but they hold power. They expose weakness and give you a chance to rebuild stronger. But you must choose to use the pain. Pain alone doesn't make you stronger. It can break you. The difference is the story. Most ask, why is this happening to me? The Stoic asks, how can I use this? That shift changes everything. Say you fail big, you could fall into shame, or you could break it down. What did this reveal? Where was I unprepared? What patterns must change? The failure becomes information, leverage, your edge. Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Pain is the weight for your mental muscles. Rejection, reframed, is power. It didn't fit someone's expectations. Good, now you have space to build your own. Someone walked away? That's clarity. Every no sharpens your yes. Every closed door filters your direction. To use pain, you need emotional discipline, the ability to sit with it, understand it, without letting it destroy you. This is where Stoic reflection, journaling, silence is vital. When something hurts, observe. Write it down, break it apart. What did it touch inside? What belief did it challenge? Metabolize the pain into mental nutrition. Imagine this as your default. Setbacks met with analysis, not panic. Criticism taken as feedback, not wounds. Being knocked down met not with why me, but watch me. That's power, quiet, resilient, relentless. Treat life as a forge. Let everything that hurts become a flame. Every scar a lesson. Every bruise proof you're still standing. Ask, how can this make me wiser, stronger, my advantage? You don't become powerful by avoiding storms. You become the storm. Law 6. Let silence be your strategic weapon. Sometimes the most powerful move is to say nothing, not from fear, but from understanding the difference between expression and exposure. We're expected to have and share an opinion on everything, but speaking your weakness often reinforces it. Saying I'm so anxious might feel like relief, but you're carving those words deeper into your identity. The Stoics contained emotion. They didn't suppress it. They cultivated silence as power. Negative thoughts thrive on volume. The louder you speak them, the more they echo and feel real. By speaking them, you're not just thinking, you're performing, giving them shape. Marcus Aurelius said the quality of your mind depends on your thoughts, and speech multiplies their effect. Jung noted that talking without thinking dulls awareness. Silence forces introspection. It makes you sit with discomfort instead of outsourcing it through noise. That's where transformation happens. Silence means being deliberate with your energy. Every time you explain, justify, or vent about the uncontrollable, you give power away. The Stoics chose stillness over noise. They didn't respond to every provocation or argue with those committed to misunderstanding. They let actions speak. Seneca said, "We waste a lot of time. Think of the energy wasted explaining the unnecessary, voicing the unhelpful, chasing validation. Silence protects your focus. It keeps your blueprint private. It gives your words weight, so when you do speak, it matters. Silence trains emotional control. Resisting the urge to vent isn't bottling up. It's learning to hold, study, and master emotion. It builds inner discipline. When life pushes, you don't flinch. You become calm, steady, unreadable. People will misunderstand your silence. They'll call you cold or distant. Let them. When you're quiet, people project and wonder, giving you strategic advantage. Not for manipulation, but because clarity loves stillness. In a noisy world, stillness creates presence. Aristotle said, "Wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools because they have to say something." The Stoic doesn't need to announce thoughts to prove they've had them. They move with presence, speak with intention, keep their inner world sacred, practice restraint, feel the need to vent, pause, insulted, pause, unsure, pause. In these pauses, you find control. That control is the soil for confidence and clarity. This isn't eternal silence. It's learning its value, so when you speak, it's from strength, not insecurity. You speak because you've thought it through, because it adds value, because it aligns with principle. That presence is felt, even in silence. Law 7. Rewrite the script of your identity. Every morning you wake inside a story written by you, your beliefs about who you are, your worth, your capabilities. This story whispers, "I'm not enough," or shouts, "This always happens to me." We accept these lines as truth, but they're habits, mental scripts repeated until they feel real. You can change the story, and when you do, everything changes. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Feed your mind limitation, and your identity takes that color. Feed it strength, and you live like someone who can grow, rise, change. Your brain believes what it hears most from you. Say, "I'm not confident enough," and your mind builds behaviors to match. Jung said, "You are what you do, but what you do is shaped by what you believe." If your beliefs are weak, even strong actions feel like pushing against yourself. Ask, where did your current story come from? A teacher's doubt, a parent's criticism, repeated failure. You are not obligated to live under a story written from someone else's fear or your past mistakes. You hold the pen. Rewriting isn't lying. It's choosing a frame that strengthens you. The Stoics didn't ignore fear, they reframed it. Fear is a signal I'm stepping into something meaningful. Instead of, "This is unfair," they said, "This is a chance to practice justice." This moves you from victim to author. This is about accuracy. Most negative self-talk is inaccurate. You're not lazy, you're overwhelmed. Not weak, untrained. Not a failure learning. Plato said the beginning is the most important part of the work. The beginning of transformation is the story you tell yourself in private. How to rewrite? Catch your default phrases. "I always do this." "I knew I'd mess up." These are scripts. Replace them with grounded strength. Not, "I'm anxious, but I'm alert and preparing." Not, "I'm not ready, but I'm becoming the person who handles this." Not, "I always mess up, but I'm learning and improving." Seneca said we become brave by doing brave acts, including rewriting our inner dialogue. You don't need permission. Live the new narrative. Repeat it. Your mind listens. Give it better words. This is a daily ritual. The old identity will pull you back. In that moment, respond, "I used to believe that. I don't anymore." Identity shifts through repetition, patience, persistence. Over time, this story becomes your baseline. You act like someone who trusts themselves, sees setbacks as refinement. The story doesn't need to be grand. It must be yours. Rooted in awareness, written in strength, carried with discipline. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to do next. The script in your head is written in chalk. You have the eraser. Use it. Your future deserves a better narrator. The world will test you with noise, fear, and doubt. But the power to stand still, think clearly, act with purpose, that has always been yours. You don't need to control everything around you. You just need to command what's within. And when you do, nothing can touch your peace. If this resonated with you and you're ready to take this work deeper into building an unshakable Stoic mindset, then do this. Tap the like button. It helps this channel, Stoic Mindset Mastery, reach others who need this foundation. And of course, subscribe for weekly guides on turning ancient wisdom into modern mental strength. Your journey to mastering your mind starts now. Go build your fortress.